Hey you guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a product review and I'm reviewing the Revlon Colorstay Whipped Cream Foundation. I previously reviewed this product and it did not work for me. I was really sad and disappointed because I wanted to love the product. So many people love this foundation, but I decided to give another color a try. So the color that I have is in 320 Warm Golden. And this claims to be a 24-hour wear foundation. It's supposed to be great for summer. It comes in this jar. I still don't really like the packaging. Like I said in my previous review, I'll link it below if you're interested in what I thought. The previous color that I tried was natural beige, I believe, and it washed me out, it dried out my skin, and it didn't last long on me. I've heard a lot of people talk about if you have yellow undertones in your skin, you need to try this color. And you can't tell what the color looks like in the jar. Literally all of the jars look pretty much the same. So I decided to give this one a try, and this was 3 or 4 shades darker than the one I tried last time. And I've seen people on YouTube wear it that are a lot lighter skin than me, but for some reason it works for all of us because this color really works for me. So I'll show you what it looks like. I actually just used mine in the demo that I will include at the end of the video. And you can see it's a pretty thick consistency. It's not going to do anything if you hold it upside down. It would probably slowly come out, but if you just hold it, nothing's going to happen. And when I first put this on my face, I was like, this is going to be so thick. And I remember it being a little bit thick whenever I'd used it previously, and it's not. It goes on and you're like, oh, it might be kind of thick, but as soon as you rub it in your face, it feels really light. And I find that it prevents oil so well. So you have oily skin, if you haven't tried this, definitely try it out because it is amazing for oily skin. I have normal to oily combo, so I get oily in my T-zone, and this summer my face has been getting so oily because of the heat and humidity, and it prevents oil for 10 hours plus. I think the longest I've worn this foundation is probably around 12 hours, and I was not oily at all, and that's without setting it with a powder. So it is absolutely amazing. It's a perfect summer foundation. I do think this color matches me pretty well. I don't really blend foundations down my neck because I wear foundations that are pretty much the same color as the rest of my body or my face. So I didn't really blend it down my neck, and you can't really see any lines or anything. So in the demo you will see I use a synthetic flat top kabuki brush, and I hate using my hands for foundation, but this foundation does work really nicely using your hands. So I have a few methods that I will use. One way I use it is with my hands, and then the other way is with a brush. And I know a lot of people have said that it didn't work with a brush, and the way that I use it with a brush is I mix a little bit of my moisturizer in with the foundation, and I will show that in the demo. I put just a little bit of moisturizer on the brush with the foundation, and it makes the foundation blend a lot easier because it is kind of a thicker consistency, and it makes it more blendable because the foundation is blendable with your fingers and with the heat. I think it has something to do with the heat of your body makes the foundation blend really nicely, but for some reason that foundation I feel like does not like brushes. When I previously tried it, it did not work with the brushes. It definitely doesn't work with my beauty blender. I've tried that and it didn't really work with that. But with the brush, using a little bit of moisturizer, it works really nicely. And the key that I find to blending the foundation, besides using a little bit of moisturizer, is to stipple it in your face as much as you can so it spreads out the product, and then lightly start buffing it into the skin in small areas at a time, and it works perfectly and blends flawlessly. So that's the way that I found out works for me to use it with a brush because, like I said, I don't really like using my hand. I'll show you what the foundation looks like up close, even though you'll see in the demo. And I put one layer of this foundation on. I find that one layer is plenty. A little goes a very long way, and what I use is a Q-tip to scoop it out so it does stay, you know, a little bit cleaner because it is in a jar. I do not apply this foundation under my eyes or on top of my eyes, and the reason is because this foundation contains salicylic acid, and that dries out your face. You know, that's for blemishes, pimples. I don't want to dry out my under eye area, so I do not apply this foundation under my eyes. I have before, and it covers up really well. You don't really need much concealer. If you have really oily eyelids, I think it would be a good base for eyeshadow because it is going to mattify your eyelids, but I personally just don't use it on my eye area. But I do use it on the rest of my face. I have like a blemish right here, and I did not have to put any concealer on it. This is definitely a medium to full coverage foundation. I wear it only as a medium because I do one thin layer. I did build it up to full coverage when I went to a wedding this past weekend, and it looked really nicely. It stayed matte the whole day, and it's photography friendly. I haven't had any problems with white cast on this foundation. As far as the 24-hour claim on this foundation, I don't know if that's true. I don't think any foundation would stay on your face for 24 hours just because of your skin's oils, but the longest I've worn this, like I said, is 12 hours, and that's when it starts to come off. And where I see my foundation coming off is around my mouth and this area of my face. I'm so happy that I decided to try the warm golden because I almost didn't try this because I had such a bad experience with the natural beige. So I've been loving this foundation, perfect for summer, light wearing. I don't feel like an oily hot mess when I wear this. So if you haven't checked it out, definitely go check it out. I just wanted to do a review on this one because I've been loving it so much, and I didn't want you guys to be confused if I mentioned it, you know, in a favorites video and you're like, I thought she hated that. But I love this foundation, definitely go check it out.